You're improving your looks, but are you doing it for the right reasons? That is a super important question to understand and something that literally no one actually addresses these days because everyone looks maxes out of a place of insecurity in order to meet superficial standards which society projects onto you. But what if you did it in order to improve your health? What if you did it to become the person that you always meant to be? If you actually realize this, if you had had perfect habits from birth, if you chewed properly, if you ate the right food and not mushy food, applesauce, you actually chewed steak when you were a child and you actually ate properly, you stopped eating processed foods, you had the right things in your body, you had the right habits, you had the right environment, sun exposure, barefoot, your fascia was wired and, interconnected properly, your body was trained functionally, you activated your neck even when you were just walking because your feet are literally linked to your facial development. All of these basic habits, if they were wired from birth, you would have become a certain person. You would have become the best version of yourself, the healthiest and therefore best looking version of yourself because health is simply looks. All you're trying to do, everything that you're trying to do, everything that I promote or everything that you may be trying to do by improving your looks and health should literally be with the aim of becoming the person that you're always meant to be. If you had had perfect habits, you would have been a certain person. So you do these recorrective techniques in order to get back on track so that you can become the best version of yourself. If you are doing these things to become someone different than you were ever meant to be, if you are longing to be someone else, literally, not just the best version of yourself, but literally be someone else entirely, you are how can you have self-worth self-worth? How can you actually look in the mirror? How can you ever be fulfilled? How can you ever find purpose? How can you ever take this in a positive light? Looks maxing has so many negative connotations, has so many negative people in the space. You should be doing health maxing. You should be improving your health. You should be living in line with your biology. You should be eating the correct way, having the correct habits, living the correct lifestyle, doing the recorrective techniques. And as a byproduct, you feel more fulfilled, you have more energy, you view the world differently, people treat you better, and also you are better looking. That should be the byproduct. It shouldn't be the end goal. The aim should be improving your health and living the way and becoming the person you're always meant to be. The byproduct is improving your health. It is very important to understand that. And I have to brand it a certain way on TikTok as looks maxing, etc. It really is just health maxing. That is the perspective that you need to have, and it is the only healthy one so that you can actually achieve these results. And it's also worth saying that if you're so attached to the outcome, if you're so obsessed with becoming someone different from yourself, you're never actually going to achieve it. And even if you do, even if you do it through surgery, etc., you'll never have any sense of self-worth. You'll never actually achieve the things that you want to achieve. You'll completely lose touch of who you are and you'll have no purpose. And I think purpose comes above looks in this world. I think looks are chronically underrated. I think people do judge you off the way you look, but there is a line to that. What is the point if you're not fulfilled? What is the point if you're not purposeful? What is the point if you have no sense of self and who you are? And therefore, you can never actually live. You'll just exist. And you think about it logically. It may not make sense why you do like thumb pulling, etc. But think about it logically. Back in the day, cavemen had oh, my voice. Cavemen had pallets which were 50 millimeters wide. On average, today we have pallets that are 36 millimeters wide. You should be doing these rate corrective techniques in order to get your health back on track. It is as simple as that. You're sprinting in order to boost your testosterone and growth hormone to the levels that they were meant to be. Testosterone levels have literally halved in the last 50 years alone. And the statistics literally even show this, and it's probably even worse than that, to be honest, because it's chronically underplayed in order to boost these big corporate companies and sell more supplements. But it is important to understand these things so that you have a clear mind of why you're doing them, the reason in which you're going about them, and the order of priorities. It's really important to understand. A lot of people completely neglect this. You shouldn't be looks maxing to meet superficial standards. You should be health maxing in order to become the person you're always meant to be. And ironically, every little superficial thing that you crave, every bit of attention, every insecurity that you look to make up and solve will literally be fixed so much quicker, so much more easily because you are less attached to the outcome and therefore actually able to reach the outcome. If you're so obsessed with worrying about looking a certain way, you are literally manifesting not looking that certain way. You're saying, I want to look like this, and you're literally acknowledging that you don't. You're manifesting literally and projecting becoming the person of yourself that is not who you want to be. It is so foolish. Worrying is the most silly thing you could ever imagine. That's why it's so important to actually do these things, because your cortisol will be lower, you'll have less stress, you'll feel better, you won't have to worry in the first place. If you were truly healthy and you were truly looks maxed, you wouldn't even worry about the way you look, because you would be healthy with healthy hormones and therefore look a certain way. Everything is this positive, like, this circle of, you go around in a circle and people just leave the circle. They create a new shape. They don't, finish the loop. Do things logically. Health Max, do things for the right reason, is as easy as that. It's a different kind of video, but I wanted to point it out because I didn't realize it a long time ago. A lot of older people may already know these things, but for those of you that are younger, for those of you that are a bit more insecure, for those of you that are obsessed with or negatively impacted by the kind of darker side of this stuff, it's important to understand that that's not me saying looks don't matter. They definitely do, but do it for the right reason and you actually achieve the outcomes which you truly think you want. Yeah, stop being absolutely cooked. Have an amazing day and lock in. No time like the present.